So first of all, we need to understand what is leadership. Does leadership equal management? By hands, we say yes. Yeah, everybody knows. Leadership doesn't equal management. So my own personal definition of leadership is the ability to influence and guide a group to achieve a common goal by providing direction, support, alignment, and ownership for results. What I mean by that is that if we don't have a direction, we don't know where to look. If we don't support those who need help, we won't be able to grow. And if you don't have alignment, we don't know what to do. So, and ownership, because if dev doesn't understand what it's doing, he needs to do, because it helps the client better. So what does management mean? If it's not leadership, management is a discipline of aligning people, priorities, processes to deliver a reliable outcome without constraining scope, time, and quality. The famous triangle. So, quick and dirty, management things run, leadership make people move. And like Steve Jobs said, management is about persuading people to do things that they don't want to do, while leadership is about inspiring people to do things that they never thought they could do. Wrong keyboard. Okay. So let's go back in the old days, in the 60s and the 90s. Back in the days, we had that kind of guy, always checking in, not in the tablet, but his numbers. So employees wait for instruction, top-down decision, authority to position, mainly is the boss. So famous last word, do this work, get paid. That's all they expected from you. So mainly, the focus is on hierarchy, order, and compliance. The motivation is based on external sanction and rewards. So if you do the right thing, you get a bonus. If you do the wrong thing, you get a pay cut. That's all. And communication was very minimal. So manager give orders. They think that the employees know how to do it. That's all. In the new days, yeah, in today's deck, it's more like a Scrum Master that already knows. Show me the path to success. Team continuous improvement, collaboration through problem solving, authority through expertise and trust. You can sit your leadership on trust, on expertise. That's the new way to do it. So how can I help you? How can we remove obstacle is the main way. So mainly they're focused on influence. That's where we need to think about. Share responsibility, innovation, and growth. Their motivation from internal because they want you to succeed. They don't want you to fail. They want the project to succeed mainly. Communication is bidirectional, and mutual trust. Relation is based on mutual trust. Let me check something here. My small book is supposed to be talking about some stories. So to give you an example, back in my previous work, I used to work in a media tech in Montreal called Equipes. I had the chance to work with a great tech lead. I was in a PHP team, and they need a new developer for a .NET team. So I have no knowledge about that, and I was pretty scared. So came to me, say, and I really need you. I think your skills are transferable to .NET. I think we'll find a way to succeed. That's all. So there's mainly three types of leader. Sorry, but just make a small parenthesis. I use myself for every picture because it's funny. But actually, when I asked mainly like Gemini and Nano Banana to write to describe picture, there were like many Indian people, all those things. So I wanted to be on myself. So it's a self I can take it on myself. So there's three types of leadership. The expert leader focus mainly on influence and share responsibility and innovation growth. So, whoops, oh, sorry, wrong PC. Yeah, I'm very nervous. Sorry, guys. So, like I said, the expert leader is mainly the go-to guy. We all been in that seat one in our career. That's the guy that built credibility through excellence. So he knows everything. He knows the things that the other doesn't know, and he builds the stuff quickly. There's a civil leader that more like a Scrum Master, focus on empowering people and remove obstacles. It helps people succeed before yourself, and they are more empathic, listening, driven, and supportive. They build on trust, humility, and service. So they help you. They're sorry. They're the kind of guy that you want to talk to them with a good coffee. And then we have the transformation leader. It focuses on improving, changes, innovation. Mainly that kind of leadership see beyond the problem. They see the wave before the wave comes, mainly. Their motivation is to elevate people and vision beyond the comfort zone, visionary, purpose-driven purpose, and energizing. They build on inspiration, growth, and shared ambition. So, what kind of leader are you? Because you can be all of them if you want, but you need to choose which one you want to. Yeah. Really? So, how do you provide good leadership to your team? First of all, you need to be able to listen. What is listening? I mean, not listening, active listening. Active listening is the art of listening with total attention. It means shut the little voice in your head. Empathy to truly understand when the other person is expressing, whether it's their word, emotion, or intention, rather than judging and responding too quickly. By good listening, you care that what the other person is talking to you, and you can provide them good answer instead of quick answer. So people feel ready to collaborate only when they feel that they're being heard and not when they think they're right. So how do we do that? First of all, stop thinking and be fully present. What does it mean? It means that, like I said, you need to turn down your model chatter and pause your inner dialogue. You need to be 100% focused with the people in front of you. It's not about you talking to them. It's about them talking to you and to be able to listen properly. Create a space for the other person. You don't want to have a good conversation in the corridor like that. You need a good place, small office, something like that. You need to maintain eye contact without staring. Avoid multitasking. No cell phone. And adopt an open or a grounded posture. Show that you care. Like that guy. Ido Carlson doesn't. Show that you're listening. How do we show that we listen to somebody? In French, we say the little You can repeat the words. You say, yeah, I see, right, I get that. Sometimes you may rephrase what the others say just to at least acknowledge what they are saying. Think about that. And a classical question, can you tell me more about that? The other person understand that you clearly understand and you really want to understand what's happening in their head. And innovation to go on and listening. Small questions, small sentences. Like I said, paraphrase to continue to confirm you understand. So if I understand correctly, you mean that. Let's make sure that I got this right. So you mean that, this, or that? Just to confirm, you're saying that. You can take all those sentences, put it on your office, and just quickly check. From your point of view, it sounds like it's only rephrasing. Curiosity builds clarity, speed, skill, understanding. Who here has a lot of work and a lot of people going talking to them, and you just answer quickly yes or no? My hand. Do you really think that you helped that guy? Not sure. But actually, yeah. Quick answer, kill understanding. You need to understand what the already person means. It's not in one sentence that the person in front of you can give you all the context like an LLM to understand what they really need. They really need. So you need to dig down. So what should I say next? What's really behind what they're saying? Because it's not about what they're saying. It's what about they're saying. It's not the same thing. So proper mindset can turn a debate into exploration, because sometimes problems are not that simple. Yeah, actually acknowledge emotion while trying to fix them. That's the worst one for me. You know what? Because I have Asperger's syndrome. I don't have the right antenna to be able to rightly decode the emotion about the people in front of me. So right now, I see a lot of eyes, but I don't know what it means. Yay! So emotion or information, not problem. So if someone is crying in front of you, yeah, it can be to just to like say, okay, go out and come back when you're ready. But crying means something. Resisting the urge to minimize and rationalize it. So sometimes it's like get together. No, you need to let them have their emotion. Acknowledge, give people permission to feel, and they can diffuse tension. Sometimes when there's a lot of problem in the team, just leave them in a room, close the door, let them fight, and then everybody will be all right. You like the idea? So, yeah. Listen to what's not been said. You know, what we're saying is like 20 to 25% of what it means. The body of somebody can tell us a lot about that. If somebody's singing in front of you, arm cross, yeah, there's a lot. They're already open to what you're about to say. No, not really. So think about that. So pay attention to unspoken signal like pause, fight, hesitation, and tone notes. A tone shift, sorry. Often it reveals that what people are reluctant or unable to express. So if somebody is like that, do you really want to talk with them? Not really. If they're like that, more easier that way. So we start to now we know how to listen to them. Next step is to build partnership. Partnership means two people working together. So what is partnership? Let's see. It's a mutual agreement between equals where the parties involved are considered autonomous. They share skill sets and resources to achieve a common goal. So we put everything together. All right. So how do we build partnership? First of all, we need to end on the intent. So you need to clarify what you're both trying to achieve, what it matters. So if you're a senior developer and talk with a junior, what's the common goal? Yeah, build code. Yeah, that's fine. But how do we do it? So we need to align on the intent. It's about sharing. It's about a shared proposal, and not about deliverable. So we need to be able to focus on the same way, work on the same page. So what do we need both? What do we need? What do we both need from this partnership to make sure it's sustainable? So we need to think about that. If you work, and partnership is one-on-one on every player on your team. You cannot ask the same thing on a intermediate developer or a junior developer. They're the same thing. You cannot ask them to build let's say a complex algorithm about calculation or maybe on financial some things on a junior. You cannot expect that from them. You need to surface individual needs. So what brings the implicit? Let's bring the implicit into explicit world. As an Asperger, everything that is implicit is the worst part for me. If you want something to be clear, you need to put it on paper so everybody can read it back. Priority prevents 80% of future conflict. If it's clear that what we need from each other, we won't have any issue about that. So a key phrase for that is what helps you perform at your best. So if you ask a junior developer, what needs to be done? Okay, you need to know about maybe like database, about the client specific behavior, something like that. Provide the right thing to the player. And most important, what typically frustrates you? Think about that. If we can help any frustration in the work, everybody will be much happier. All right. Yep. Define a concrete commitment. Like I said, put it on paper. Paper, me, at the Notepad++ or something like that. As long as it's shared between both parties. So turn principle into observation behavior. Best agreement are measurable and actionable. So it's a yes or a no. You did it or you didn't do it. And most of all, it needs to be able to be updated a lot of time. Because as every individual grows, partnership grows the same way. So you need to be able to come back to the document. I cannot say like 3, 6, or 8 months, but it needs to be alive. It's not a fact. It's not something you put it on under a table and that's it. So what behavior will help us uphold our intention? How will we know that we are off the track? Review and adjust, like I said. So keep agreement alive, adaptive. Isn't about static statement. It's a living contract built on trust. How do we keep this partnership healthy as we grow? Think about that. Like a catchphrase. Let's review our every quarter or every major changes. So if the team changes, do we need to think about our relationship, our partnership? That's it. After that, how do we balance between technical and leadership? Because somebody can say, okay, it can take like 50, 80, 90% of my week just think about what to do. No, our boss wants us to still code within the team. So first of all, leadership in tech is not about coding less. It's about amplifying and impact. If the team around you build better stuff, everybody will shine through build release, a good release. You need to stay technically credible while creating a clarity and moment for the other. So if they know how to do it and be able to do it by themselves without you, it's a win-win situation. Think of the signal that you send, not the position that you hold. Lead through clarity, not control. Like in the old days, remember a big guy named Jesus? He used to say that if you give fish somebody, all right. If you teach them how to fish, it's the same thing. It's the same thing here. So if you provide clarity, they will know every time what they need to do, and you'll be able to do something else instead of watching them. Think about that. Think how much time you can save on that. Frame decision so everyone, not just senior, understand the reasoning. If everybody knows why, not how, it will be much simpler for everybody. Remove ambiguity before removing blockers. Like I said, if everything is clear, obstacle will will be removed by themselves. A good lead clarify the framework, but let the team own the decision. It's not about you're right. It's about we are right. Model the behavior that you expect. I see a Canadian hat here. Everybody here like hockey? By hand? Who do we look after each game? The captain. Yeah, the captain. Exactly. The same thing here. You need to be able to lead by providing the right way to do stuff. We think about Suzuki. He's not a big speaker, by the way, but he do a lot of things on ice. Think about that. The same thing. If you can show that how to do stuff, but not explaining, just like, hey, let's look at what he's doing, you'll be able to understand what your thinking thought, and then you'll be able to do it back by themselves. So how do we do that? People copy what you do, not what you say, like teachers used to say. Admit your mistake publicly. Don't be afraid to show vulnerability. If you mess up, it's a good thing to say that you mess up. That's all. They will understand that if you're able to sit by yourself, they will be also able to sit by themselves too. Get good review that teach, not that shame. I made a speech last year on Kung Fu about that. Prioritize long-term quality over short-term delivery and explain why. You always need to think on the long run, not on the short term. If people see the main objective, they will be able to go that way. Elevate your conversation, not just code. What does it mean by that? Shift people discussion on how to implement to what it matters. It's a good thing to know how to implement many-to-many relation, but what does it mean? Okay, I have many clients with many suppliers. Okay, that's fine, but why? If people doesn't understand the why, it doesn't mean anything. It will be mindless zombies doing code, and you'll be able to watch them. That's not really the thing that you want. Ask context question like, how does it align on our architecture vision? Something like that. Encourage debate without ego. That's not the easy part. And redirect style work toward shared understanding and values. Try to find the common goal or the common knowledge in the team. If those two people are not okay about the same thing, you need to find a common goal. So every people's look at the same way. Like I said, build autonomy, the dependencies. Leadership success means that the team that can perform without when you're away. Let's say Christmas is coming. Who here take vacation while the Christmas Eve or something like that? Okay. What do you need to prepare before going to Christmas? Enjoy. Think about that. If people are able to do without you as fun as with you, you're on the right track. Explain the why before the what, like I said. Let people present the demo or review. Let them shine before you shine. You'll be able to shine more than them after that. Create a space where people can take risks because it happens when failure is safe. Failure is not a bad thing. Failure helps you understand things. Who here doesn't fail most of the time? Think about that. So we need to create a self space so that people are able to fail, even though that your manager doesn't want you to be able to fail. Back in the days, I was a junior developer working in a small tech, like 3-4 employees. I was in charge of deploying on prod alone. Nobody was there, like 5, 6 o'clock at night. I delete the main table. Yeah. Do you think it's a safe space to fail? Not really. Yeah, the morning after that, I didn't resign. So what saved me, it wasn't my skill. My previous leader used to give me the proper handbook to be able to retrieve the table and be able to put it back on prod. Think about that. A great tech doesn't lead people away from code. They use code clarity and calm to lead people toward impact. You don't stop coding to lead. You code the culture through the action. So it's about what you do, not what has been done. Time to wrap up. Not bad. Yeah, manifesto. Yeah, thank you. In Agile, we love manifesto, so I built my own. First of all, influence is earned through consistency. So you're as good as your best day, you're bad as your worst day. Clarity beats control. It's not about you being right. It's about doing the right thing at the right moment for the right people. Feedback is a gift, not a verdict. What I mean is that by providing feedback, by retrieving feedback, you're able to build up better understanding of what's happening and how to address things. Failure is safe when learning is real. And leadership starts the moment that you care beyond your own code. It's not about us, it's about us. If you want to learn more, I've been following those two guys on LinkedIn. They share, Daniel provide a lot of tips for tech lead. It's a good guy. So thank you all.